Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravane Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So we are from reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, verse number first. Dhritarashtra Vacha Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yoyotsavaha Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. So let us read the synonyms. This is the word-to-word meaning. Dhritarashtra, King Dhritarashtra. Uvacha. So Mayank, is it possible you can read the English part?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Uvacha.
Uvacha said.
Dharma. Dharma kshetre.
In the places of pilgrimage.
Kurukshetre.
A place named Kurukshetra.
Samavetaha.
Assemble.
Yuyutsavaha.
Desiring to fight.
Mamakaha.
My party, sons.
Pandavaha.
The sons of Pandu.
Cha.
And.
Eva.
Certainly.
Kim.
What?
Akurvata.
Did they do?
Sanjaya.
O Sanjaya.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after assembling in the place of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do, being desirous to fight? So we are reading from, this is the first, this is the first verse of the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So now, I will just read only the initial part so that many of you know about this. Bhagavad Gita is widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scriptures of the world. One will find Bhagavad Gita, all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is perfect theistic science because it is wide, it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, as described in Mahabharata, form the basic principle for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Kurukshetra is just 2 hours journey from New Delhi, which is sacred place of pilgrimage from time immemorial of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of the mankind. And please note, in Bhagavad Gita only, Lord Krishna says that He had re-spoken Bhagavad Gita 5,000 years ago, but originally he had spoken to Vivaswan some millions of years ago, and Vivaswan happens to be a very old, king. So a lot of discussion is there. We'll come to know about that. The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals is performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the supreme personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary, Sanjaya, what did my sons and the sons of Pandu do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother, Pandu, were assembled in the field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want a compromise between the cousins and the brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship, even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably, because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjaya was a student of Vyasa, and therefore, by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family. But Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One thus can understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's sons, Duryodhana, and others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious persons headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is significance of the words Dharma Kshetre and Kurukshetre. Apart from their historical and Vedic importance. So this is a very important, this is a very important shloka. So now we will only read the main shlokas as much as possible today. So otherwise we will run out of time. So we are proceeding further. We will go, and the next shloka is from the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 7. So let us go to second chapter, verse number 7. दूसरे अध्याय का 7वां श्लोक. ಎರಡನೇ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯದ 7ನೇ ಶ್ಲೋಕ. Second chapter of Bhagavad Gita is also called as Contents of Gita Summarized, and we are referring to the 7th shloka now. We are going to the 7th shloka. Is this the one? I will do. We got a contents of Gita summarized. For some reason, I'm not able to select this. So let me choose this in this 2/7. So I think I will be successful in doing this. So let us go there. So yes, we are successful. We are on the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 7th shloka. Karpanya dosho apahata swabhavaha. Karpanya dosho apahata swabhavaha. Prachami tvam dharma sammuda chetaha. Pritchami tvam dharma sammuda chetah. Pritchami tvam dharma sammuda chetah. Yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme. Yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhi tanme. Shishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. Shishyasteham sadimam tvam prapannam. So, Mayank, I'll read the Sanskrit, you can read the English part. Karpanya,
Miserly.
miserly it is.
Miserly.
Dosha,
Weakness.
upahata,
Being inflicted by.
swabhavaha,
Characteristics.
Pachami,
I am asking
Tvam,
unto you.
Dharma,
Religion.
Sammudha,
Bewildered.
it's bewildered, not a problem. You can say bewildered. Chetaha,
In a heart.
Yat,
What?
Shreyaha,
All good.
Syat,
Maybe.
Nishchitam,
Confidently.
Bruhi,
Tell
Tat,
that
Me,
unto me.
Shishyaha,
Disciple.
Te,
Your.
Aham,
I am.
Sadhi,
Just instructing
Mam,
me
Tvam,
unto
Prapannam.
surrendered.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So the translation of the shloka is, now I am confused about my duty and have lost all composure because of weakness. In this condition, I am asking you to tell me clearly what is best for me. Now I am your disciple and a soul surrendered unto you. Please instruct me. So this is Arjuna speaking to Lord Krishna, that he is completely confused about what to do, what not to do. He does not know what his duty is, and he is overcome by this familial affection. He is overcome by this weakness, and he is not able to decide what to do. And that's the reason he's surrendering unto Krishna. No more friendly talks between Arjuna and Krishna, but serious talks like between a guru and a shishya, like a spiritual master and a disciple. And so in this manner, this entire thing is there. So I'll just read the purport. We'll only read this purport, but later on I'll touch only on the important shlokas of other chapter, and that's how we'll go further. So we are actually referring to this website called as asitis.com, where the original Bhagavad Gita's, all translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada is there. So I strongly recommend only refer this to get the original meaning. By nature, purport, by nature's own way, the complete system of material activities are a source of perplexity for everyone. Means everyone is disturbed, everyone is confused what to do, what not to do. In every step there is perplexity, and therefore it behooves one to approach a bona fide spiritual master. Bona fide means original. There is, he is the real spiritual master, origin, bona fide spiritual master, who can give one proper guidance for the executing the purpose of life. All Vedic literatures advise us to approach a bona fide spiritual master to get free from the perplexities of life, which happen without our desire. They are like a forest fire that somehow blazes without being set by anyone. Similarly, the world situation is such that perplexities of life automatically appear without our wanting such confusion. No one wants fire, and yet it takes place and become perplexed. The Vedic wisdom therefore advises that in order to solve the perplexities and to understand the science of the solution, one must approach the spiritual master who is in disciplic succession. So Srila Prabhupada is coming in disciplic succession, which is coming directly from Lord Shri Krishna. And in Bhagavad Gita as it is book, you will find the disciplic succession, how the knowledge was transferred from Krishna to Brahma to his son Narada. So in that manner, in the disciplic succession from Narada to Vyasaji, so in this manner, on the disciplic succession, it came up to Madhavendra Puri, and from Madhavendra Puri, it came to Ishwar Puri, to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In that manner, coming down, it came up to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, then to Gaur Kishodas Babaji, and then to Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, and then to Srila Prabhupada, the Sri Abhaycharan Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, the founder Acharya of ISKCON, and he is 32nd in the parampara. He is 32nd in the disciplic succession. A person with a bona fide spiritual master, a person with a bona fide spiritual master is supposed to know everything. One should not therefore remain in material perplexities, but should approach a spiritual master. This is the purport of this verse. Who is the man in material perplexities? It is he who does not understand the problems of life. In Gagarga Upanishad it says, Yo va etadaksharam gargi aveditva smallokat lokat praiti sa kripanaha. He is a miserly man who does not solve the problems of life as a human, and who thus quits this body like cats and dogs without understanding the science of self-realization. This human form of life is most valuable asset for the living entity who can utilize it for solving the problems of life. Therefore, one who does not utilize this opportunity properly is a miser. On the other hand, there is a Brahmana, or he who's intelligent. Please note, Brahmana does not mean by birth. Brahmana is by quality. And in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna clearly says, Chaturvarnam maya shrishtam gunakarma vibhagashaha. It is based on quality. So Chaturvarnam, four varnas are based on quality and not by birth. So this is it. So on the other hand, there is a Brahmana, or he who is intelligent enough to utilize this body to solve all the problems of life. The Kripanas, or miserly persons, waste their time in becoming overly affectionate for family, society, country, etc. in the material conception of life. One is often attached to the family, namely to wife, children, and other members, on the basis of skin disease. The Kripana thinks that he is able to protect his family members from death, or the Kripana thinks that his family or society can save him from the verge of death. So this is the greatest illusion these Kripanas have. Kripanas means miser. What does the miser think? That I will save my family from death, or my family members will think that they will save me from death. So this is the thought process of a Kriprana or a miser. So no one is immortal. Everyone is mortal. So this is the reality of life. Such family attachment can be found even in the lower animals who take care of children also. Being intelligent, Arjuna could understand that his affection for family members and his wish to protect them from death were the causes of his perplexities. Although he could Although he could understand that his duty to fight was awaiting him, still on the account of miserly weakness, he could not discharge the duties. He is therefore asking Lord Krishna, the supreme spiritual master, to make a definite solution. He offers himself to a Krishna as a disciple. He wants to stop friendly talks. Talks between the master and the disciple are serious, and now Arjuna wants to talk very seriously before the recognized spiritual master, Krishna. Krishna is therefore the original spiritual master of the science of Bhagavad Gita, and Arjuna is the first disciple for understanding the Gita. How Arjuna understands the Bhagavad Gita is stated in Gita itself, and yet foolish mundane scholars explain that one need to submit to Krishna as a person but to the one need not submit to Krishna as a person, but to the unborn within Krishna. So please remember, there are so many unscrupulous scholars who, just to show off that they have knowledge, they will try to translate Bhagavad Gita, but this is all not original translation. They are just trying to show off their skills. So here Prabhupada is writing, and yet mundane scholars, such scholars are mundane scholars, and yet mundane scholars explain that one need not submit to Krishna. Whole Bhagavad Gita is spoken by Krishna, and these people will tell, need not submit to Krishna. So, Krishna is a person. He is the supreme person, from everything is emanating. So, if I have hand and leg and face, it is because my father had hand, face, and legs, right? So, similarly, there is, out of void no creation can happen. So when Lord Krishna, who's the supreme personality of Godhead, he decided, let there be creation, creation came in. So similarly, Krishna is a person. So some unscrupulous authors will tell what, you should surrender unto the unborn within Krishna, which is nonsense. So what we should do, we should always follow Srila Prabhupada and authorized Acharya. There is no difference between Krishna's within and without. So please see, by reading Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, millions of foreigners who had never heard the word Krishna, who had never heard the word Bhagavad Gita, they became devotees of Krishna. So much so that they left everything and they started the preaching Bhagavad Gita all over the world. So this is the importance of Bhagavad Gita. So there is no difference between Krishna's within and without. So for me, we are all Baddha Jivas. So there's a lot of difference for us. But Krishna, who is the supreme personality of Godhead, there is no difference within and without. He's the source of everything. And one who has no sense of this understanding is the greatest fool in trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. So please note, please read Bhagavad Gita from an original source. So now we will quickly proceed further, and I'll directly go to the shlokas, and I will not touch more on the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, but I will focus more on the third chapter. See, many of these shlokas you know, but I'll just read few of them. This is from second chapter, 11th shloka. Shri Bhagavan Vasa Ashochan Anvashocastvam Pragya Vadam Sabhashase Gatasun Agatasun Sya Nanushocanti Pandita Natva evanam jatu nasham natvam neme janadipah न चैवान भविष्यामः सर्वे वयम अतः परम देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तर प्राप्तिर्धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यति मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदा आगमोपायिनो नित्यास्तां तिदीक्षस्व भारत न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचिन्नायं भूत्वा भाविता वनभूयः वजो नित्यश्शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे वाशांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं चिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्तापो न शोषयति मारुतः जातस्य हि ध्रुवो मृत्युर्ध्रुवं जन्म मृतस्य च तस्मात् अपरिहार्यार्थे न त्वां शोचितुमर्हसि देहि नित्यम् अबद्धोऽयं देह सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि नेहाभिक्रमनाशोऽस्ति प्रत्यवायो न विद्यते स्वल्पमपि यस्य धर्मस्य त्रायते महतो भयात् व्यवसात्मिका बुद्धिरेके कुरु नन्दन बहुशाखा हि अनन्तस्य बुद्धयो अव्यवसायिनां भोगैश्वर्य प्रसक्तानां दया अपरतचेतसां व्यवसात्मिका बुद्धिः समादो न विधीयते त्रैगुण्या विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्यो भवार्जुन निर्द्वन्द्वो नित्यसत्त्वस्थो निर्योगक्षेममात्मवान् यावानर्थौदापाने सर्वथा सम्प्लुतोदके तावान् सर्वेषु वेदेषु ब्राह्मणस्य विजानतः विषया विनिवर्तन्ते निराहारस्य देहिनः रसवर्जं रसोऽप्यस्य परं दृष्ट्वा निवर्तते ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसः सङ्गासेषोपजायते संगात् संजायते कामः कामात् क्रोधो विजायते क्रोधात् भवति सम्मोहः सम्मोहात् स्मृतिविभ्रमः स्मृतिभ्रंशात् बुद्धिनाशो बुद्धिनाशात् प्रणश्यति रागद्वेषा विमुक्तैस्तु विषयान् इन्द्रियश्चरन् आत्मवशैर्विधेयात्मा प्रसादम् अधिगच्छति या निशा सर्वभूतानां तस्यां जागृति संयमी यस्यां जागृति भूतानि संश पश्यतो मुनेः यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्मबन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तसङ्गः समाचर अन्नाद् भवन्ति भूतानि पर्जन्यात् अन्नसम्भवः यज्ञात् भवति पर्जन्यो यज्ञः सर्व कर्म समुद्भवः यद्यत् आचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तत् एव तरो जनः स यत् प्रमाणं कुरुते लोकस्तद् अनुवर्तते प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ताहम् इति मन्यते काम एषा क्रोध एषा रजोगुण sorry we have to start from the above so this is from third chapter verse number 37 so it is from that chapter so just so Shri Bhagavan Vacha काम एषा क्रोध एषा रजो गुण समुद्भवा महाशनो महापाप्मा विद्धि एनम् इह वैरिणाम् श्री भगवान् उवाच इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवानहम् अव्ययम् विवस्वान् मनवे प्राह इक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत् so please note here and there I might make some mistakes in pronunciation. Please note when you're reading above those letters there is one, like for example uvacha is there, Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So in Bhagavan above a there's one line, right? So there you have to stress Shri Bhagavan Uvacha imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivaswan manave praha manur ikshvakave brave. So accordingly, whichever is best, you please try to chant on your own in a very nice manner. So don't commit the same mistakes. If I'm committing any mistake, don't commit the same mistakes. एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम् इमं राजर्षयो विदुः सकालेन महता योग नष्टा परन्तपा स एवायं मया ते अद्य योग प्रोक्ता पुरातनः भोक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं हि एतदुत्तमम् अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वयम् अधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम् So परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नेति मामेति स्वार्जुन वितराग भय क्रोधा मन्मया मां पाशिता बहवो ज्ञान तपसा भूतमद्भावमागतः ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम मम वर्ता वर्तमानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्यः पार्थ सर्वशः मनुष्यः पार्थ सर्वशः चातुर्वर्ण्यमया सृष्टं गुणकर्म विभागशः तस्य कर्तारमपि मां विद्धि अकर्तारमव्ययम् तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. This is a very important shlokas for all the students. तद्विद्धि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदक्षन्ति ते ज्ञानं ज्ञानिनस्तत्त्वदर्शिनः. विद्या विनय संपन्ने ब्राह्मणे गविहस्तिनि शुनि चैव शुपाके च पंडिता समदर्शिनः. ये हि संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःखयो न एवते आदि अंतवन्तः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. भोक्तारां यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरं सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्मा मां शान्तिमृच्छति. युक्ताहार विहारस्य युक्तचेतस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वपानुबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः. प्राप्य पुण्यकृतं लोकान् उषित्वा शाश्वती समः शुचिनां श्रीमतां गेहे